So we're here with Terique Owens, 49ers wide receiver. Man, tell me about your first year in the NFL. I'm sure it was a whirlwind. I know there's a lot of things that went on, but high level, kind of like, what was your overall experience like?
I mean, OTAs was great. Training camp was great. Made some plays. Obviously, just being around, all these great players. You got Debo, Juwan, Kittle, Fred. It's been good to be around all these guys, see how they operate, and just kind of learn from them. Obviously, I got hurt first week of preseason. Like I said, made plays during OTAs and camp, opened their eyes, and they wanted to bring me back. So made my way back, and then the rest of the year I was just on practice squad, just taking mental reps and learning, and that's pretty much how this year's gone.
So I was covering camp. And I remember you had the tryout, right? Kind of like in the spring kind of time. And then you come into training camp and you were absolutely making plays. I was like, okay, I think we got something here. How frustrating was it to get hurt? Especially when, being an undrafted kid, grinding, trying to make a roster.
No, honestly, even when I got hurt, I already was like, I'm already like, this is a bit, there's a business side to it. So it's like, I'm already like, I was standing out there with, we were doing walkthrough before one of our practices. Or no, this was later in the day, but I was just like, it just felt weird to just stand out there. Obviously, I'm undrafted, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no money invested in me, none of that. So I'm standing out there and I'm just kind of like, I'm about to be gone. I'm about to be gone tomorrow. So, and then and then released the next day, but it was. I got good feedback. So I got called into Kyle's office, and the funny part is I had never talked to Kyle ever.
Really?
I had never talked to Kyle ever until I got hurt, and he was like, we like you, But had a good conversation with him. Had a good conversation with John, and they said they wanted to bring me back. So as soon as I got healthy, I'm right back.
When they brought you back around October, I think it was?
It was September. It was a little bit after my birthday, so it was September 28th, 29th.
Okay, so pretty close.
Yeah.
How ecstatic were you to actually get that call? Because I'm sure after you got that news, you're probably pretty unsure about what your future might hold, right?
Yeah. No, I was really excited. Obviously, kind of you go into IR, so it's kind of like other teams. They also ask about your situation and stuff like that too. So it's kind of like if I didn't make it, back with the Niners, and they didn't pick me up, I would have had an opportunity to go and work out with another team and kind of just showcase what I can do. But it was as soon as I was good, they brought me back immediately. But it was kind of, like I said, just that conversation I had with Kyle and John, that kind of that freed me of any stress that I was gonna have, because I knew I made plays and they knew I made plays and it was recognized. And,
I saw you making plays.
Right. So that kind of just relieved any stress on me, and my biggest thing was just being ready for when that opportunity comes.
Was it a big shock, game speed wise, when you went from college, now you're in OTAs, mini camp, and then training camp? Was there
honestly
a shock there?
Not really. College is honestly more fast paced because they're doing hand signals and all that.
They're trying to go.
They're trying to go. But this league is you're huddling up, calling the play, and then you're going and lining up. You know what I'm saying? So it's more. I feel like it's more mental, and obviously guys are more patient and they're smarter. So guys are a little bit bigger. Nothing crazy, obviously, but. It wasn't really a big shock. It was just more it slowed down a little bit. But now, you have to process things a lot faster. So, just recalling the plays and stuff, you got to process that in 2-3 seconds.
My good friend Johnny, he's got a copy of Kyle's playbook from 2019. He showed me the route tree. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't remember how many pages it was, but he was just going like this, because every look determines a certain route or a kind of a concept, right? Based on if they're press man, playing off, zone. So that's got to probably be one of the hardest parts. Like you mentioned, the mental side of it, and like getting up to the line of scrimmage, you're like, all right,
it's really just the details.
I gotta do the right thing, right?
It's the details. Like all the routes there's details to every single route for a certain play or whatever. So that's just a big thing. Knowing the little details of every single play.
So you came in with Renardo.
Yeah.
Renardo's been balling.
Right.
Well, I'm sure you guys battled a little bit in training camp.
Right.
Well, what's kind of been your like assessment of him, and like maybe going up and battling with him and being a guy that maybe you guys could grow together, you know, on the team?
Honestly, I mean, yeah, I did go. I actually went against Renardo a lot, even like during the season too. I mean, he's obviously patient DB, and then obviously smart. I mean, he's in the position he's in for a reason. So, I mean, he's a good player, and I think we're going to be able to build off each other pretty well, and just help each other get better.
So we heard a little bit about the rookie dinner that went down. I think it was Debo and Ricky were talking about it. From your perspective, what was that situation like? Because going into it, they're about to drop a tab on you. Are you sitting at the table like watching what's getting ordered and like keeping a mental track, or like how's that work out for you? Because we know Ricky, first round draft pick, right?
For me, it was like I knew Ricky was obviously going to be taking care of like a lot of it, and then obviously Jacob. Honestly, I wasn't even really paying attention because I knew they were just going to order whatever they wanted. So it was like, why even sit there and try to stress about it the whole time at dinner?
Just go.
I'm just like, whatever we got to do at the end, that's what we got to do. I'm just hoping I don't have to pay that much because I'm like, obviously I'm undrafted, not trying to be in anybody's pockets. But I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You first round, third round, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, just take care of me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Take care of me a little bit.
I'll help you out later down the road.
Right. Exactly.
So like Debo hit you with like a fake tab too, right?
He gave us a fake tab. It was like $21,000, and then our coach ordered something else, and then they gave us another tab. It was like 25. So we're like, it kind of just put us in shock. And then Debo, like when we were sitting there, kind of like trying to figure out the percentages, who's paying what, I kind of got how much I was going to pay, and I'm like, bro, there's no way. There's no way I'm paying this much. I'm like, there's absolutely no way I'm paying this much.
Funny, dude.
I was like, there should be no reason why I'm paying like the same amount as Jacob.
Like we gotta split the percentages.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. Yeah, so, but then Debo, he brings us like the real check, and then everybody was like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, we can handle that.
So how cool has it been for you to come in with two other rookie wide receivers? Obviously, you mentioned Jacob Cowing, Ricky Pearsall. Just being able to be in the same room together, kind of be in that same. You obviously all coming from different places and experiences, but you're all experiencing the NFL for the first time together. Do you guys bond through that, and like, does that really help to have other guys being like, bro, I'm struggling with this part of the playbook. Do you have anything you could help me with, bounce stuff off of?
Definitely. That definitely helps that we all came together, or came into the association together, because we're all coming in it blind. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're like, we don't know what's going on, and obviously we're struggling with the same stuff. So I mean, we all lean on each other for help, and honestly, like, someone makes a mistake, we're like, bro, like we're having the same mistakes, and you know what I'm saying? So it's just building off of that, and just continue to lean on each other and just get better. But yeah, it's been a lot easier just like coming into the association with them, because it's like now I have guys there with me that are trying to learn the offense and learn how everything's operated, and
Do you feel like you felt yourself improving, being on scout team? Kind of, take me through, because honestly, I don't know if I've talked to someone about like almost like a day-to-day as a scout team player, right? Trying to grind and make your place on the roster while trying to improve your game at the same time, but you're also trying to help your teammates, give them looks, emulate certain players. what's that process like running a scout team in the NFL?
Honestly, it's just like college. You know, you're out there to help, starting defense or the starting offense, get ready for a game. So, they don't care so much about like if you even really catch them. Well, they do, but it's not. It's more just giving them a look.
Right.
But like, it's like I said, it's like any other. It's like any other. College. It's just like
running
college.
cards.
Just running cards and doing exactly what's on the card. And that's all it is. Just doing your best and giving great effort and, like I said, giving them a look.
Do you feel like you improved throughout that time, or was it really about mastering the mental side of it, like you already talked about?
Honestly, it's making sure I'm doing the right thing. I definitely felt like I got better. It's just continuing to do what I'm already doing. Just continue to do what I'm already doing, just staying ready. But it's a time for me to kind of work on my craft a little bit too. Kind of work on my craft because, like you say, you got to give them a look. So everything's not going to be perfect and everything like that. Like some guys, they would give certain roles to like other players and stuff like that. But it's a time for me to work my craft. Obviously work my ball skills and route running, like all that stuff. So I use that as a time to just, like I said, work my craft and just make sure that I'm getting better. Of course. So when that time comes for me to game plan and get ready for a game, I'm still using that as time to get ready for a game. But when it's time for me to actually play and get after it, I'm ready.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm curious because obviously last year it was a hard year for I think everyone, and multiple different reasons, right? But I think if you would have hopped on Twitter, hopped online, 49er fans, you would have thought the sky was falling.
Right.
Everything crazy, right? But what was the feel in the locker room? Like, were you guys able to stay together, stick together, keep, working through the adversity? Like, how do you compare and contrast the outside noise versus what was going on inside the building?
I'll say the biggest thing is we went into every single game like we need this. Like, regardless of us losing or regardless if we won or lost, like it was just kind of like we went into every single game like we about to whoop them. You know what I'm saying? And all of our games were like, they weren't like blowouts. They weren't like crazy blowouts. Like,
Rams,
You
Cardinals,
know what I'm saying? They were all like close games.
Even Seattle, they got them.
So it's like we're right there, and mind you, we don't have a lot of our starters. We don't have a lot of guys. A lot of guys have to step up, take on a bigger role, and have to do extras. You know what I'm saying? Because we got guys that are hurt. So it's like we're right there. So it wasn't like we didn't feel like we couldn't do it, but it was more just going into these games ready, like for the challenge, and knowing that we got so many guys hurt and we got to step up and just make sure we minimize mistakes and just making the plays when they come. So,
and we know the margin of error in the NFL is paper thin, and it's crazy how just the ball bouncing a couple different ways changes the entire complexity of the season, right? Because we get those ones against division, probably squeezing the playoffs. And at that time might be trending at the right direction. So
when you think about it too, like we had a ton of rookies playing.
Malik,
Renardo,
Uni,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like we have all these new guys coming.
Renardo thrown in there,
coming into and guys still getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot on the body.
So what I'm hearing is not that far away. Love it. I'm going to get you out on this one question. I'm going to borrow my guy Hendo's question. So Mount Rushmore wide receivers, 4 options. Who are you putting up there?
All time?
All time. Or you could do your list or all time, whatever you prefer. Because obviously there's different eras and all that kind of stuff. So.
I'm gonna be a little biased here, but I think it's fitting. Obviously my pops is on there. I'm not putting an order. Pops on there. Jerry. We'll put, that's 4. Let's see, we got 4.
You got 2 more.
Hops, Jerry.
Off to a hot start.
I feel like we put Calvin Johnson in there. I feel like we put Calvin Johnson in there.
I like that one.
And last one.
Who put AB on the list?
I'll put Randy.
Was that Pittman? Dez put AB on the list.
Okay.
But you got tons of options.
It's probably Randy.
Randy? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'll put those 4.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hey man, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you too.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on, and looking forward to seeing you in camp this year.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
So
I got a shirt for you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. It's a little thread shirt, man.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Little thread shirt.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you, man.
Of course, man. Awesome. Appreciate you.
I'm super excited.